There's loads. It's all rusty, but it's a tree of life and there's all little heart shapes on there, look. Can you see that? Little heart shapes on there. And there's two little birds on the tree there. We're still collecting eggshells. Now this mystery plant that was on the wall, we think, we're not sure, but we do think that one can go. No, no sign of life at all on that one. Well, what an exciting day today this is. I've come here. Hi, I'm Linda and this is the Feel Good Garden. One of the jobs today, I had another plot holder came and gave us a pile of stones that he got from his allotment. And I needed a few pebbles to go in the bird bath. So I picked up some pebbles from around the pond and put them into the bird bath. So now I'm going to put those around the pond. And a plot holder, well, a previous plot holder actually that we saw yesterday, asked if we wanted any irises, pond irises. And do you know what? Doug's been on about getting some pond irises. And I said, oh yes, please. So there they are. So I'm just about now to put them in some pots I found in the polytunnel. So I'll do that now. Look at the tadpoles on there. These are 2 containers that I collected. If you watch my other videos, you'll know I am one for collecting these empty containers. Some go in the recycling, and if I can make use of them down the allotment, then they come down here. And I thought they'd come in handy. I just hope they're going to be deep enough, really. So I haven't got an awful lot of this aquatic compost. So I'm hoping that there is going to be enough of the ones in there. And I've also got some pond gravel, so I'll be putting that over the top. So fingers crossed we've got enough. There's loads. Oh, I'm wondering if they're going to fit in actually. Now I think these will fit in there. They're smaller, but I think I'm going to need something bigger for the other ones. Right, maybe we need to have a rethink about this. Right, I tell you what, here's the plan. If I put those 3 in there, that one and that one go in there. I don't want it getting popped round though, see? Well, there we are. Oh no. I think we'll give that one a go. That's probably just about the right size actually for there. And then if we plant those 3 in there, I'm not sure I'm going to have enough aquatic compost. It's only got holes in the bottom, whereas normally with the proper aquatic pots, they've got holes all the way around. But I think that'll do for now. I'll see how far I get with the aquatic compost. If I haven't got enough, I'll just put in the pond like this for now. And when I buy some more aquatic compost, I'll top it up, or I might even buy a proper aquatic pot for it. Because it's such a nice piece. And there's like some new shoots coming up on there. Looks like shoots to me anyway. What do you think? You see them by there? Looks like some new shoots coming. So I think it deserves a nice pot of its own, I think. No, I'll fill it up down here and I won't make so much mess then, will I? I forgot it's wet. It's been out in the rain and the rain's got in and it's all wet, but it doesn't matter, it's going to get soaking wet in a bit anyway. So I'm putting it on the top, hopefully with the water and the gravel on the top, it'll work its way down then. Right, so that's the soil put around those 2. So I'll just put the pond gravel now and that'll help to keep the soil in the pot. And make it look nice as well. Right, that's those 2 done. So now to place it in the pond. But I would like to stop all the dirt going up my nails. Well, it didn't matter how many gloves. Well, not how many gloves. It didn't matter how much you put gloves on, do you find you still get it all going up your nails? Never mind, it's all part of gardening, isn't it? Just top that up now with pond gravel. Hopefully that'll do the trick. And there we go. Let's try that in the pond now. And then I'll show you what it looks like. Right, I think I'll try this one down this end of the pond with the watercress. The watercress is looking quite nice by there. I'll show you. Now, hopefully that's not in there too deep. I like this welcome sign on the shed, but last year we were on holiday and in the second-hand shop I spotted this. I'll show you in a minute. And I thought, oh, now it's not doing anything in my back garden. There's nowhere to put it. We've got those plastic sheds and it doesn't really go on there. And I've been wondering where to put it and I haven't found anywhere. So I thought, why don't I take it down the allotment and put it on the shed? Let me show you. Now it's all rusty. As you can see, it's all rusty, but it's a tree of life and there's all little heart shapes on there. Look, can you see that? Little heart shapes on there. And there's two little birds on the tree there. So let's see if it'll fit. So I'm going to take that off, find another home for that, and then just show you for now. See if it'll work. Oh, I like that on there. What do you think? Now then, oops! Oh dear, I haven't broken it, have I? Where am I going to put this welcome sign now? Something's telling me the archway, but I'm not sure whether it'd work on there, would it? Oh, it might do. Hey, come on then. Should we go and try it? I'm not sure it'll work, but we can try it. Let's go and try it then. Right. Will it work up here? We put it over there. No, it tinkles a bit. It might annoy, might annoy the neighbours. No, it might frighten the birds off, mightn't it? Might frighten the birds off. No, I don't think that's a good idea. Oh, decisions. Right, let's try it on the shed again. Now we got Feel Good Garden there. We got up there, Feel Good Garden Cafe in the window. Now what about up by there? Oh, I can't decide where to put it. How about in the middle? Oh, that's better, isn't it? That's more balanced. I quite like that. Right, let's get a screw and put it on there then. I couldn't find a little hammer, so I got a mallet. Oh no, not a mallet, what they call it? Lump hammer. I think lump hammer is the right term. There we are. What do you think of that then? Right, this mystery plant that was on the wall, we're not sure, but we do think that is comfrey. Now this comfrey is coming up on Cheryl's plot and the leaf is very similar, isn't it? So I got a feeling that plant is a comfrey plant because I know this is definitely comfrey. There we are. We've just had a cuppa now and that's what it looks like with the two signs. He's doing his little allotment dance. We're still collecting eggshells. I'm going to put it around the plants. I don't think it's working very well, but if it works a bit, it'll be something. And it's free. So yeah, baked the eggshells when I was doing the roasties, so it didn't cost any extra. And then I crushed them all up. And here they are. Quite a few. It looks quite pretty, if nothing else. It looks quite pretty on the soil. and just sprinkle them willy-nilly, I think, because it's hard to find what they're eating and what they're not eating. They've got to come from somewhere, haven't they? They could be coming from under the pond rocks, mine, so maybe I'll sprinkle quite a few over there. That's a thought, isn't it? They're hiding somewhere because you can't see them in the day. Right. Let's put this line here because that's where the next pathways go in. So that'll go along there. I'm not sure if I showed you these trees that we bought in the garden centre. Now this one is the plum tree, and Doug's put those sticks in there to keep a nice shape on the tree, and next to it we've got the cherry tree. So can't wait for those to fruit and flower. There's some buds coming on there, and oh, is that buds on that one as well? There we are, there's some buds on the plum tree as well. Our rhubarb's coming up nicely. This is how much Doug's dug. How much Doug's dug. That sounds good, doesn't it? So he's been busy. The fresher down there, the darker colour, that's where he's been digging recently. And this up here is where he dug first. And he's going to put the early potatoes in here. Look at the tadpoles on there. And there's some in there. And some over there, some on the watercress as well. And a little bit of sunshine today, so the tap is running. We've got some purple sprouting broccoli come in. Hey, this wheelbarrow is looking prettier every time I come to the allotment. Didn't find any hedgehogs in here, but the box was soaking wet because the roof moved. So I'm just drying it out. Some of these goji berry plants are looking as if they're not going to survive. So I'm going to dig those out and put some new ones in that I dug up the other day. These are the bushes I dug up. So I need to get those in pretty quick. I've also got some in the bucket. Need to get those in as well. Well, some of them, some for other plot holders. This Mizuna is going to flower, and I may even plant it in the flower bed, but it does smell absolutely gorgeous. Right, there's a few of these goji berry plants not showing any sign of life at all. And if you go there and just, some of the tops just break easily and they're quite dry. Now there is sign of life on this one. The tops are quite brittle. Actually, they're green inside, so maybe I should have left those. I will leave the ones showing sign of life, and I'll leave those a bit longer before I go pruning them. But there's some, they're completely dry inside, so they need coming up. So, oh, that one must have been just a twig I stuck in hoping it would take, but obviously not. That one, oh no, I don't know what to do about that one because it's holding its own actually. No, it's had it. It's all dried. Right. I think I'm going to just be able to pull them up actually. So save a bit of digging, won't it? We've got this bird feeder here, and I saw these. I was in a shop the other day, and I saw these two. That one holds seeds, and that one holds fat balls. And they were £3 each, or £2.99 each, or two for £5. So I thought, oh, I'll get the two. And this one, we saw some blue tits on yesterday and some other birds. And they seem to love these fat balls here. They've got loads of seeds in them. The other one's got seeds, but not as many. The other ones came with it. So I've got another one. I'm going to pop that in the top there. And hopefully later on we'll watch some more birds on there. It's lovely sat on the patio watching the birds. You might have noticed I've got some new gloves. I was talking to Danny the other day and I said, oh, I'd like some nice flowery gloves. I did mean really for gardening, but he came over, a lovely gift from him. But these are just for show. I can't garden in these. They get filthy. I can't have my nice new gloves dirty, can I? But they're very pretty. So thank you very much, Danny. That's very kind of you. I shall use them, but use them for jobs that I'm not going to get dirty with. Right then, better put my gardening gloves on now. I love these. They're from Think Green, and I've used them loads. So, right, I need to get on with sorting out these goji berries. A bit of life in that one. Right. There is signs of life on in this one, but it's in the wrong place. It's growing amongst the garlic, so I'm going to put that in a separate pile, prune that right down, and I'll replant that one. When we took over the plot last year, they were all cut right back to the ground, and I did move a few. It looks as if some's taken and some hasn't. Right, there's a bit of life on that one. But some of these branches where they have taken, the tops of them are quite brittle. But I can see there's some life coming in them. So I'm going to leave those a bit longer before I prune them back. I've never tried fresh goji berries, but I've tried the dry ones and I love them. So it'll be nice to try fresh ones. We've got some plants down there and they're starting to flower. They've never been dug up, those ones there at all. They were, as we found them on a plot. There's roots on there, but see, it's quite brittle. It's dry. There's no green at all on there, so that one can go. Nope, no sign of life at all on that one. Got this hedgehog box here. I've opened it up and left it to dry. I did give it a wipe out with some kitchen roll yesterday. The water's got in there somehow. I think the roof must have been not on there properly. So anyway, I've left it out to dry, and then I'm going to put it back over there with some straw in, and hopefully that'll attract a hedgehog or two. I've just had a discussion with Dale, and we've decided we're going to plant the beans on the inside of the archway, and that will make it easier then when we come to pick them, because hopefully they'll be leaning in that way. So I can plant some goji berries along the outside of the archway. And this one was a cut-in I just stuck in the ground, and it's got some roots on it. And you can see the green on there as well. Well, what an exciting day today this is. I've come here to Mark's home, and Mark rescues, and his wife rescue hedgehogs. And how this all came about, they found some wandering around in their garden, and that was the start of it all. Anyway, there's been a few that they've overwintered this year, and inside this box here is Trevor the hedgehog. And he was found in the daytime wandering around in January, and people were really concerned found him or her. We're not quite sure if it's Trevor or Trevina really, because he curls up in a ball, and obviously you need to, well, not obviously, but you need to sort of have a look, to see if it's a male or a female. This lady took Trevor to the vet, and the nurse named the hedgehog Trevor. So Trevor's inside this box now. So the vets, when he was at the vets checked Trevor over, and he had a few ticks, and I've got a few notes here. He had a few ticks and lungworm, which is a parasite contracted from eating infected snails and slugs. So they treated him with a course of antibiotics and allowed it to build up its weight. And then Mark was contacted, and he put into hibernation, and it's been in its shed. But this past week, little Trevor's woken up. So I'd already bought a hedgehog box from somebody at the allotment. They were making them. They're trying to raise money for the barbecue in the summer. So I bought one of these, but I've never had a hedgehog in it. So we got chatting the other day. Mark is an allotment holder, and I was saying about I had the hedgehog box, you know, and he said, would you like a hedgehog? And I said, oh yes, please. So he's invited me down to his home today to his shed where he keeps the hedgehogs. And he said that you can weigh him if you like, so that would be lovely, wouldn't it? So we're going to weigh Trevor in a minute to see how much he weighs. Ideally, they want him to be around about 600 grams. Mark and his wife have already been feeding him, and he's been eating cat food, poultry cat food, and cat food biscuits as well, and obviously some water. So let's see how much Trevor weighs. I've not handled him before, taken him out of the box. So here goes. I've already been given instructions. Mark was saying the allotment is an ideal place to release a hedgehog. Oops. Mark's kindly lent me some gloves, so I should imagine they're very prickly to handle. So let's have a look at little Trevor now. Oh, sorry you can't see this, can you? You see him now, I'll show you. Come on, Trev. Waking you up, I know. Come on, yeah, Mum. There we are. He's all tucked up nice and warm in some straw. Oop. I think that's his poo. Oh God. I don't know how to take that off. I'll have to weigh that in with him. There he is, little Trevor, all in his little ball by there, look. I don't know whether you can see him. Right, let's see how much he weighs then. He's only light. All right, so I press the scales on. Make sure you can see. And then I'll pop him on the scales. Ooh, actually he's 721 grams. So he's, Mark did say that he thought he was round about, you know, a good weight. Oh, there we are. So what I need to do now is pop Trevor, pop the straw back in the box. This is the box he's been hibernating in. There's holes in the top. Let's see if I can get that back in there. Right, there's holes in the top there. And so I've been instructed to turn it back around that way, and Trevor will crawl back in himself. So I'll make a little, although he'll probably find his own way in there. There we are. So Trevor will find his own way back in there. So I'll leave that there, and then I'll go and get Mark to take him back in the shed. It was lovely and warm in there earlier on. It's like the heating's been on in there, but I think the sun, it catches the sun. It's lovely and warm. No wonder they're nice and cozy in there, like it. So next time, I'll give you an update. He's going to be released on my plot. So keep tuned in the next video, because in the next week or so, he's coming down to the allotment. I've got a little hedgehog house. Whether or not he goes in there or not, I don't know. But he will be coming up in this box, and they like to usually go back in their own little box to begin with, because it'll have its scent in there. But then he'd be free to wander around the plot. He might not even stay on my plot. But I've got a nice little hedgehog house if he decides to take up residence in there. Oh, I can't wait to see him all open. Wouldn't it be funny if it's a little girl? Doesn't matter. It'll be cute either way, won't it? Oh. Well, back down on the plot now, and while I've been away visiting Trevor, look what Doug's been up to. He's been making this pathway along here, finished digging, well, he hasn't quite finished digging, but he's done a good bit of this bed here. He thinks he found some Roman remains here. He didn't really. He's just inviting other plot holders to come and do some digging. Anyway, it's just a load of rocks, that's all. Anyway, he's done this along there with the bark, and he started on this pathway going up in this direction. So we've still got to put bark in between, but he's put me to shame today. Well, I've been drinking coffee and holding hedgehogs. Doug's been working really hard. Well done, Doug. Do, do, do. Right, here's Trevor's new home. I'm saying that, I don't even know whether he'll make his home here, but he's welcome. This is a little hotel. So we've been trying it out because it got really wet where the roof had slipped back. So it was quite damp under here, so I put some polythene, I put some dry crushed up leaves on the top. So I'm going to put that back there now, and I'll put the lid on as firm as I can. So it's got black plastic on the top, screwed down with some wood. Let's make sure I'm putting it on the right, right, I see. There's a groove in there, by there, it's been cut out, and that goes on there like that. So that might be why the roof came off before. Right, it should slot on. Right, so I'm going to try and disguise it now, put it back to how it was before, and I mean, Trevor will do his own thing. He might not even end up living on this plot, but Mark's going to bring him over. Hopefully not too long, because he said he's the right weight now to go out. So I think it was 720 grams he was. And as long as they're about 600 grams, really, they're happy for him to be released. So that allows a bit, in case they lose a bit of weight while they're finding their way around the plot. Well, not just my plot, they could go anywhere, you know. So, there we are. I've only put a little bit of straw in there because Mark was saying that what they do is take a little bit of that bedding with their own scent on and take it wherever they want to build their home. So I'll move that netting. This is all going to be removed next week. I'm going to be taking this home and washing it, and all these beds are going to be redone. So I'll make another little space somewhere near here, and then Mark can leave the plastic box. It's only a temporary housing, so we can leave the plastic box near here, and allow the hedgehog to have a roam. Obviously you don't see him in the day, but he'll come out in the evening. So I'm really excited about that. Even if he don't live here, it'd be nice that he'd been released on this plot. So yeah, that'd be great. So anyway, I'm Linda and this is the Feel Good Garden.